much does the social atmosphere contribute to the overall college experience?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it just depends on the college, right? There are some colleges where that social life is a really big part of the campus culture. Things like school spirit or athletics at that school, those are things that really do contribute to the overall college experience. If that's something that you don't care about, that's totally fine too. There are a lot of colleges out there where like athletics aren't a big deal. There's still a social life. You'd be hard pressed to not find a school that has some sort of social life. But what those priorities are really different. So this kind of goes back to thinking about what is it that you're looking for? What is it that's important to you? Do you care if that school is like really big on school spirit? I thought that's what I wanted. When I went to college, I was like, I want a college that is like super gung-ho. There's so much school spirit and like everyone wears a t-shirt for that college. And by the time I got to school, I didn't care about that. I cared about what kind of academics were there. Are there enough clubs and organizations? Can I be involved on campus? Those were the things that got important to me, not that fact that whether everybody wore a shirt that said the college's name on it, or if there was again, this is just me, I don't care about sports. So I don't care if that school had a big sports team or not. That didn't matter.
Next question, what features should students be looking for in a campus? What should they pay attention to during college tours, whether it be in person or virtual? Should they be looking for specific types of buildings, specific types of weather, things like that?
That's a great question. So there are so many things that you should look for, which is why I say to sit down and make that list before you start looking for colleges. Because even as you start looking at colleges, you're going to start adding things to your list, like, oh, I forgot about this thing, right? So some things that are obvious to look for, what kind of students are on campus, how many students are on campus, how large are the class sizes, what kind of majors does the school offer? Are you allowed to be undecided? And how long are you undecided for before you are required to pick a major? Do you even have to have a major? Does the college offer minors? Does the college offer internship opportunities? So those are some of the more obvious things. Some other things that you might not even think about. Benjamin said right off the bat, weather is a big deal, right? Like for me, I knew I couldn't handle this, a college in the South. I'm in Portland right now. The weather is like 65 degrees and I have 3 fans on in my office right now. And I'm in the basement of this building where it's cooler because I'm still so warm. So things like weather. Portland is a very cloudy city. We get rain and clouds like 9 months out of the year. Us locals love that. But if you grew up in Southern California, where all you know is sun, 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 that's going to be a big difference for you. So thinking about that, right? Maybe you're going from a state that never gets snow to suddenly a state that has easily 10 inches of snow in one night. What kind of things are you going to bring to prepare for that? Things like the food on campus. You're going to eat here for the next several years. Make sure you like the food. What's the Wi-Fi like on campus? Is it easy to access? Is it going to be strong enough for you to stream some Netflix on Friday evening? So those are the kinds of questions that you're also wanting to think about as well.
Right. And kind of from my perspective, I know a lot of people who are kind of only focusing on academics, and I think a lot of people should also consider the fact that they're going to be living there for the next 4 years. So yeah, try to think about other things as well. Next question, how do you know what university will be perfect for your major?
Yeah, so if you are looking for a school that has like a specific major, let's say you have your heart set on marine biology, and you're looking for a school that has really good marine biology programs, I think is what you're trying to ask here. a great idea to do is go look at people who are in that industry now and ask them. So if you're looking to go into marine biology, go contact a marine biologist. Go on LinkedIn and look up marine biologists and their profiles and see what colleges did they go to. And because you start to see some patterns there, right? Lots of schools can have marine biology, but maybe you want a school that's near an ocean as opposed to landlocked that offers a marine biology program. That way you have real living labs that you can do in the ocean or at beaches or at other types of environments. Again, doing some Googling and doing some research, and trying to understand which schools offer like the best program in that specific industry. So there are some schools that maybe aren't known as a very large institution, but they are known for a very specific program. I also think students often get wrapped up in college names, right? I think people put a lot of emphasis on like, oh, well, I want to go to an Ivy League, or I want to go to this school because it's prestigious. But there are so many colleges out there that you probably don't even know about that are just as strong, if not sometimes better. But you don't give a chance to it because you're looking for this prestige, or you're looking for a college that has this name brand recognition. I worked for a college prior to Reed that I had never even heard of out in Pennsylvania. And it ended up being one of the coolest colleges I've ever seen. And they do some really cool programs. And I was so excited to have applied. I just applied on a whim and I got the job. And I was so thankful because it was so cool. And I got to do a lot and learn a lot. So don't limit yourself on those colleges that you just know the name of. Make sure you look at colleges outside of that as well.